Stand back from the door. The Elder's eager to hear your report.
This will be over quick. Enemy spotted! Like this!
How did you resolve the situation with the Ranger? How do you know he won't be missed? That other Rangers won't come looking for him? Or NCR patrols? Did you just... So, you weighed the value of confirming if his location was known against your advantage of surprise. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear...
Yeah? Head Scribe Taggart quickly realized my extraordinary talent. Soon after that, he requested that I get transferred to VR Spec. I miss hanging out with the other students all the time, but at least I get to skip all those... It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp. Yeah, a lot more. Back when we were at the Helio station. I'm pretty sure I'm not... Bye.
When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here. Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of... The less who are aware of this situation, the better. My brothers and sisters were deeply traumatized by the losses we incurred several years ago. It would be imprudent to worry them unduly without first discovering the facts of the situation. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. I've given the order that you be given... You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of...
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I don't know what the Elder talked to you about. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder... I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any two others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership. Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, and because he fails to see that, he must be replaced. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough? That'll have to do. You could also try to find something relevant in our and if McNamara should give you any report anything you find.
There have been reports that you've been outside. Is the NCR really still hunting us?
But if I adjust the magnetic field, perhaps the resulting change in wavelength will... Excuse me, I'm merely thinking out loud.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas. Doc Schuler's a lifesaver. I was hurt in training the other day and she fixed me right up. McNamara's done a pretty good job, given the situation he was handed.
bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
Yeah?
Bye.
Looks like Mr. House is out of the picture. One less thing for us to deal with.